Tonight here, we remember a game show giant, Richard Dawson, who presided over so many of those family feuds. Here's TJ Winnick.
He was first known as the wisecracking Brit.
They don't suspect a thing.
On the popular 60s sitcom, Hogan's Heroes.
Bon appetit.
But it was later, during his 10 years as game show host,
let's start the Family Feud,
when Richard Dawson became a household name.
Survey said
He became known for his devilish charm. Born Colin Lionel M. in 1932, he pursued comedy in his native England under the stage name Dickie Dawson.
Alrighty guys, who did not love Richard Dawson? Richard Dawson on Family Feud, Richard Dawson on The Match Game. I was a huge Richard Dawson fan. So today, I want to show you the final resting place, the grave of Richard Dawson. Now, I apologize for the noise. It's a little bit loud, but there is the grave of Richard Dawson. Now, he was an actor, comedian, game show host, panelist. He was on Hogan's Heroes.
All be together. In conclusion, I say, tighten your belts.
Match Game, Family Feud. He died at the age of 79 from complications of cancer at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. His death came 16 years right to the day of Ray Combs' suicide, his Family Feud successor. Now on June 7th, 2012, GSN aired a 4-hour marathon of Dawson's greatest moments on The Match Game and Family Feud.
People I know that got upset that I kissed people, I kissed them for luck and love, that's all. That's what my mother did to me. There were people upset that I would embrace or hug someone of a different color. The first time I ever saw people of any color was when D-Day left from my hometown in England to go and free Europe from the war. And there was every color you could imagine, and I'd not seen that in England. And I asked my mother about it. I said, is there something wrong? She said, God makes people. You understand that, don't you? And I said, yeah. She said, who makes a rainbow? I said, God. She said, I'd never presume to tell anyone who could make a rainbow what color to make children. And she changed my whole life with that statement. All I can tell you is this has been a very special 9 years of my life. If I never do another thing, I've met the good, sweet people of the world.
I love the episode when he met his wife on Family Feud.
introducing the Johnson family.
Of all those women he kissed on air, one of them, Gretchen Johnson, would become his second wife.
And you're also as pretty as picture.
Thank you.
After their daughter Shannon was born, he announced his days of kissing contestants were history.
Because I promised my daughter I would only kiss Mom.
It was one of his two sons, Gary, who announced on Facebook his father died from esophageal cancer Saturday. A couple of years ago, when asked how he'd like to be remembered, that wisecracking humor was on full display.
I was kind and I was a nice person. You wouldn't want to move if you were sat next to me on the bus. Or maybe you would.
But here's the final resting place. Right here at Westwood. Of Richard Dawson. Amazing to see this. Alrighty guys, I'm glad I got to show you the final resting place of Richard Dawson. I was a huge Richard Dawson fan. I watched him on Match Game with Gene Rayburn. I watched him on Family Feud. I even watched him on Hogan's Heroes. But here's the final resting place of Richard Dawson. That's the final resting place of Richard Dawson. I'm so glad I got to show you his final resting place. I'm a huge Richard Dawson fan. Absolutely enjoyed him. Loved watching his interviews, even talking about when he met his wife Gretchen on Family Feud when she was a contestant. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Let's go on more adventures together. Take care.